I am starting another crochet vlog. It's been at least a couple weeks, which is very weird for me. I do occasionally take breaks from crocheting. I know if you know me, that's probably hard to believe, but I was finishing a bunch of projects, and I actually had to wait on some yarn to come in the mail that I had to order. So I sort of just like, I also got a new, I got Final Fantasy 16, so that was taking up a lot of my time, playing it physically and emotionally. But yeah, I'm a huge video game dork, if you didn't know that about me. But yeah, so I kind of like had to take a break while I was waiting for that yarn to come in, and then I sort of just like got on a break anyway. But I have the itch. I'm ready to start again. So this was actually the top I finished for a tutorial, and I'm sad for a couple of reasons because yikes, I'm so upset I'm bumping my elbows on my desk. I really love the first version of this top, so that's fine, but like looking at it, I like it, but when I put it on, I don't love it. So I'm probably gonna scrap this one eventually, and it also kills me because I had to order this like magenta yarn because they didn't have it at where I usually buy yarn, and they didn't have it in stock at the Joann here, so I ordered it online. I was like, this color is perfect, yay. I needed a little bit more of it, and I went to the store to get it. I went to Joann, and the dye lot was completely different. Like I had to ask a girl for help because I couldn't find it, even though it said on the website that they had some in stock. And so she was like, oh, this is the number, and it was like hot pink. So I was like, oh man. So I waited until they had like a shipping sale because I didn't want to spend like $10 to get one skein of yarn shipped. So every once in a while they do like $1.99 shipping. So I waited like a week, ordered it, and it comes in the mail, and it is also the wrong dye lot. Like it's so bad. I was hoping it wouldn't be that noticeable because it's like kind of in the armpit, but it totally is. So my boyfriend was like, maybe this was the wrong dye lot, but I almost never have a problem with dye lots being wrong, but I've never had it be this bad. So that was just a huge bummer, and I don't know. I have no idea what this is going to become, but so yeah, that's probably going to get scrapped into something else. But on a positive note, I do have some other projects planned. If you saw my last one of these, I had, did I write it down in here? I had a design I wanted to do. Yeah, this is my other lamp is like really intense. There we go. This little sketch was, I cannibalized like a sweater, and I wanted to make it into a button up, and I couldn't figure it out. The whole thing was too clunky, and I couldn't figure out the collar, and so I sort of just gave up on that for the moment. Well, like the absolute champ, as always, AC Crochets, I will link the video, that's one of my favorite crochet channels, came out with a video like a week ago with a button-up tutorial. So the style I'm gonna do is totally different, but like the stitch and everything, but I got to the part where she works on the collar and kind of like figured out what I was doing wrong. So I'm like excited for that, because once I figure out how to do that, I want to make a shirt dress. that's like really open weave and like sheer to like wear over stuff. So those two are on the list. I don't remember if I sketched it out or not. This is my crochet sketchbook, by the way. I made a video on how I made it if you are curious. But yeah, this one would be like an open weave type of thing that you would just wear like a slip dress or like a t-shirt and shorts under or something. Even though it's the end of July, so like summer's not almost over, but like we're getting there. So we'll see how quickly I can make that. I have a couple other ideas in here of just things I will do eventually. I don't plan on accomplishing all of this by the end of the summer. I only have about 3 weeks left of the summer holiday before I like physically go back to work and like the new semester starts. So I don't want to commit to like 10 projects right before then because I have other crap I'm trying to finish up. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's still a lot of projects. Those are kind of what's up next. So that's what I'm going to be working on over the span of however long this is. If you didn't see my last crochet vlog, this is the piece I was talking about that I kind of gave up on because I couldn't figure it out. So I left it for like a month and then came back to it. So I redid these 2 panels. The back is still the same. What I figured out from that AC Crochets tutorial, which like I said, I'll have that linked below, is previously I didn't decrease here. I just had them straight across, and so when it just wouldn't make sense for the collar. So I think at this point, which it's not quite as oversized, but I do still want to do, I need to redo these sleeves too, but they're this orange color. So I want to do like a trim for buttons in this same orange. So it will be like a little bit, not like pulled quite so tight when I do that. But at this point, I want to go back and watch the video again just to be sure, but I think now I can just work up from this direction, like all the way around the neckline, and when that folds over, that will make a collar, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that works from here, because the other projects I'm working on all also have collars, and so I need to figure that out before I move on. So I've been working on this. I'm also working on just the back of the like ruffled collar and sleeve cardigan that I want to do. And then once I figure this out, I can move on. I'm gonna make like a shirt dress that is open weave like this. I don't remember if I said that already, but that will also have a collar. But I think that one will just have like not actually be a button up, since it's a dress. I think I'll just have it have a collar. And then I'm also prototyping something for a future video that I don't want to reveal yet. So if you see me working on a 4th thing that I haven't explained what it is, that's what that is. So back to it, I guess. I'm probably gonna switch projects for a little while before I take a lunch break, but then I will be back at it some more. Okay, so I've made some progress. I haven't been filming a ton just because I don't know how many shots of me crocheting on the couch you need to see. So I will have more varied shots later. So this still has a million strings attached to it. It has a collar. It's a little low. I think it's like, this is supposed to be like a men's style shirt, and so I think it would normally like be more up here. So that is something to keep in mind for the future, but I actually think this is kind of what I want for the cardigan I'm working on, so that works out really well. It is a little bit, it's not too tight, but it's just tighter than I originally planned. You can see it a little bit better, but I don't know. Yesterday I was feeling like I still didn't like it, but now I think I'm liking it a little better. Trying to just like imagine with the sleeves. I don't know, it probably won't take very long to redo the sleeves. I'm at a point where like things made of yarn take up a ton of space, and so when I make something, if I don't like completely love it, I usually end up just scrapping it again, because in this case again, just because if I'm not gonna wear it, it's just taking up too much space. So this is not gonna take very long to finish the sleeve, so I think I will finish it and see how I feel about it before I just make that decision again, and at least show you what it looks like finished so I can feel accomplished in that respect. Then the cardigan, I finished the back and have started on front. I think I'm going to, well, I know I'm gonna have to get some more yarn, but I was kind of unsure about the color of yarn that I wanted for this. I initially thought I was gonna do something in like a printed green, or I looked at purple, but I think it's just going to be too similar to a purple shirt I've already made. But I do really like this. But the yarn is going to be on sale next week. It's a Tuesday today, so I think I'm just going to keep going until I run out of this skein, and then start on the third project. Was I going to do, I forgot how many projects I was working on for this. I said I was doing some like secret project stuff, so technically it's 4. But I think I'm just gonna start on the other project the rest of this week until I can go get some more yarn for this. Okay, moment of truth time. This thing is still attached to so many strings. I shortened this sleeve. I can already tell it's not short enough. And I just wanted to do one and see if I even liked it before I bothered with the other because I'm still, yeah, it's still way too long. I don't know. Take all of my tentacles. I know that if I did this with a thinner yarn, it would probably lay a little bit nicer, and I don't hate the look. The open weave is cool. If this was shorter and like not quite so wide either, like I think that could be cool. I think I'll keep this in mind and maybe try it again some other time. But I just think the color combo, like I think these colors are just better suited for something else. I'm just going to scrap it again and use it for something I know I'll wear. I don't see the point in finishing a project if I'm not even gonna wear it. And that's okay because I have a couple other projects I'm working on for this video anyway. So saying goodbye to this one for good. Okay, so here's where we are with the ruffle cardigan. It's looking maybe a little bit too grandma-ish to me at the moment. I think the sleeve is a little bit too long. I want to make it just a little bit shorter and cinch it in towards my arm a little bit before I do the ruffle, but I do like the amount of ruffle happening there. The collar, I realize I need to do along the bottom of it as well, but I may do either like a second row of ruffles or take out the last like straight row and then do 2 rows of ruffles. So it has potential still. I'm kind of unsure at this point, but I want to keep going with it. Okay, so I have redone the sleeve for this twice now, and I still cannot figure out what I think about it. Let's angle it up a little bit here. I don't know, there's something about it that still just like isn't quite right to me. I was looking at it last night. I did do more of a ruffle on the collar, which I think is better. But I was thinking about it last night and I was just like, I don't want to make this any shorter, because like what is the point of a cardigan if the sleeves are really tiny? Part of me kind of thinks that maybe this would look better if it had a puff sleeve, but I didn't want to do a puff sleeve because I've been doing so many of those recently. I don't know, I feel like this is just leaning. It's just not going where I want. And I don't know what to do. Okay, so I am finally, where's the top? Just about finished with this cardigan. I'm trying to even think what to update you on. I redid the sleeves. I just redid one sleeve before I made the final decision. I think like 3 or 4 times. Added extra ruffles. It needed more ruffles. I'm not gonna try it on now because it looks weird with like a t-shirt and gym shorts, but I think it's gonna look really cute like with jeans or over a dress. I just did like a little bit of a cuff on the bottom just to give it something. I stopped about halfway through. I was doing a row of double crochets just up one side that's gonna be where the buttons go through, but I realized I haven't picked any buttons yet, so this might need to be like quadruple crochets or something. So I'm going to fish through my button stash and hopefully find some. I think wooden ones would look really great on this. I think I have some, but I hate buying new buttons just because I have so many. Mostly because I got this jar at an antique store years ago and it came like halfway full of them, and the rest of them are just ones I've collected off stuff over the years. So I'm going to find some buttons and then finish this up. I just spent a good probably 30 minutes putting all the buttons on. I have not turned the sweater inside out yet. So now I have to cut them all back off and do it all again. I'm gonna do that later. I still have to weave in all the ends and trim them, and if you've been here before, you know how much I love to save that till the end. So I'm gonna do that another day or later today. We'll see. Something worthwhile though, that I've been meaning to start doing for a while, but I kept forgetting, is I have seen people that once you weave and trim your ends, instead of throwing it all away, saving them, because if you ever do, I know the word but I don't know how to say it, like the word for little like plushies, it starts with an A. I'll put it up here, but I don't know how to say it and I don't want to try. You could use that as stuffing. I still have some batting. I have some projects coming up that are going to be like plushies basically, but I do want to start collecting that, because instead of just like tossing out yarn scraps that could be useful, you can use it as stuffing. So I'm going to do that when I cut all these off, and it's only 5 buttons, but it takes a while to like make sure it looks nice. So I can't believe I did that. All right, I'm going to work on something else for a while. Okay, so I finally have the top of the open weave dress finished. It's probably kind of hard to tell on camera, well, you can kind of see the difference between the color, but I have this lighter sort of like peachy color on the back and then more of this blush color as the front. This is also going to be the skirt. I just realized I brought the wrong yarn with me up here. The collar I want to do in this color as well. I think I kind of have figured out how I'm going to do a skirt that is gathered. I'll get more into that a little more later, but before I even bother with that, I want to try to figure out the collar and the sleeves while this is more manageable to deal with, to see if I can even get that right before I bother with the skirt. So I actually I've looked at a few different ways of making collars. I watched a TCDDIY video. I'll try to find it back and link it, and she did a collar on a neckline like this, on a square neckline that looked pretty easy. So because this is gonna be like a fake button up, I'm probably gonna put some buttons here, but obviously it's just solid. So I'm not worried about it having an opening. So I want to try that for the collar, and then with that last shirt, the sleeves were just, they kept being too bulky, and so I think I'm probably gonna start really, really small with these sleeves, honestly, because it's way easier to go bigger than to pull things out and do it again trying to decrease. So that's where I'm at with this. I'm gonna work on that a little bit today. Holy shit, it's a collar. That is so cute. That was so much easier than anything I've done. I don't know why I thought this was so complicated, but that's what TCD DIY is one of my favorites. Always coming in with like the tips and the really fun patterns. I'm actually following a different pattern from that channel as well. So, okay, I'm obviously wearing this over a t-shirt, so it's doing some funny things, but because I want it to be like oversized, like baby doll boxy style, like there's already almost a sleeve happening. So I really don't think I'm gonna do much for it. Like, I honestly might just do, this is half double crochet that I ended up doing. I will probably, just to like clean it up, do like a row of single crochet all the way around. I was afraid I was gonna run out of yarn, but I actually have some left. But I will probably do just like a row or two, maybe in the same stuff if there's enough, of half double crochet, and kind of just like let this be the sleeve, because it's already almost a cap sleeve. So if I just like bring it down a little bit, that's so exciting. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna work on that, and then I'll kind of come back when I'm ready to, I have a plan for the skirt at least, so hopefully, I'm hoping it won't be super complicated. But yeah, I'll come back when I have been working on that. So, oh my god, it's so cute. I'm so excited. I just have this much left of the skirt. I've been kind of working nonstop. Today's Saturday. I pretty much crocheted all day yesterday after I had some meetings, and Thursday after I got home from work. I pretty much did this all night. So I'm hoping to get this finished. I just got back from the yarn store. I had to go get a little bit more. I did not realize I have like a secret clump of the yarn I need up here. Weird. Okay. But yeah, I did end up having to go get one more skein just because there is more to this skirt, but I'm so excited. I really love this style of dress, this like baby doll style, but they always come like mini, and I don't like to wear things that short to work. Like honestly, this like jumper thing I'm wearing, I probably wouldn't wear it to work unless I had tights on or something, but I've made this like knee length, and then I could just wear like a slip dress or like a t-shirt and maybe like I don't really have a skirt that goes with this, but like I could figure it out, and it would be a good length for work. And for the sleeves, like I said, since they kind of already are sleeves, I don't know how well you can see that, but I just did like a couple rows of the contrasting color, the same as the collar, and just kind of like gathered some of it together. So It's just this little sleeve, and the skirt is in the pink color, and I don't know if there's going to be enough of this like apricot kind of color to do the bottom. Maybe I'll see if there's enough that I could do like a row of single crochets or something, but I do want to do like a trim along the bottom. But I'm freaking out. This was so cool. And this actually, I was worried about the fact that this has holes in it, that it would be difficult to do, but it actually isn't at all. So if you have seen previous videos where I have made puff sleeve, or if you just know how to do that already, it's basically the same process. But if you don't, I'll show you real quick. Okay, let me see if I can, there we go, that's a little bit easier to see. So this is the bottom of the shirt portion. And I've just made this row coming up the length of the skirt. So I've got one more double crochet to finish my row. Now normally if we're trying to join something vertical to something horizontal, you would line up the edges and slip stitch where it joins so that they're even. But if you want to create a gather, you're actually going to just join in the next chain. Then you're going to slip stitch into the next chain of the horizontal row to start the next row. Then I'm going to flip. There's too many things happening here. And just go back to my double crochets for this row. So I have to chain one because I'm skipping the, that's just how the pattern is. And then I just go back to my double crochets. So that creates this cinched effect. Something I wish I would have learned the first time I made the dress with this yarn. If you know what I'm talking about, I'll try to put up a clip or a photo from an old video, but I think at some point, I don't even know now, but I think I mentioned in my first crochet vlog that I had taken this dress apart, but it kept to the top, and like in my last vlog, I just like adjusted that top, and then this was the leftovers. But I'll show you what, if I can find it, what this dress looked like before, and it was still just too heavy, and so I wanted to do this like open weave, but I'm much happier with how this is going. So now I'm just gonna try to finish up this skirt hopefully today. So there's a little glitch in my plans of trying to finish this video and edit it today. I have this many rows left, plus the bottom hem still, but I ran out of yarn. I've been working with like pretty good size like balls of yarn this whole time because, like I said, I undid it from a different project, so I kind of had no concept of how many skeins were making up the balls of yarn. So it never even occurred to me that I should have bought 2 skeins yesterday. And the yarn store is closed today. So What am I gonna do? No, I have other projects I'm gonna work on off camera because they're for a different video. And then tomorrow after I get off work, I will go back to the yarn store and get another skein and hopefully finish this up. So, also just a quick aside, my hair is damp, not dirty. Just so we're clear. It's finished. I still haven't decided about the buttons to go here or not. I'm actually getting ready for work right now, and I was excited to wear it, so I'm gonna make that decision later. But I'm still trying to figure out what shoes to wear with it. But yeah, I think it's so cute. It's like, it's not too heavy. It's perfectly like flowy and comfy, and I just have this like slip dress on underneath it. Yeah, I love it. Well, thanks for hanging out with me for another crochet vlog. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I post videos 2 to 3 times a month. Thanks so much for watching this one. See you next time.